Hi, this is Mrs. Stidham, and I wanted to show you a couple things in Edgenuity that you might not know about or that might help you navigate the system a little easier. So when you first log in, you get to this screen, your dashboard. You'll see over here, it will let you know if you have any messages. Make sure you check those because that's where I send communication to you. So if you click on that, you'll see your messages. You'll see what I've sent you. You can compose a message. Just start typing my last name. It will come up. You want to select my teacher account. I don't see this mentor account, so you want to pick the top one, the teacher. You would hit that and type me your message, send it to me, and then I can get back with you. So that's a great way to communicate with me and let me know if you're having trouble or have a question, and then I can get right back to you once I get that. Okay, now back to your main screen, you will see an academic snapshot. This tells you the courses you're enrolled in, your grade, your percent complete. Physical education is going to be a little off right now because as I'm trying to get caught up on all the grading, that's kind of the last one I'm doing because I feel like the other subjects are a little bit more important to get feedback back to you. So that PE is probably not accurate. So don't panic over that. But it also has your pacing here, whether you're ahead, on pace, or behind. That just means how are you doing on getting to those target due dates. Now, remember, you have until December 22nd to get everything done, but the program kind of paces it out for you so that you're not scrambling to get all of that done at the very end of the semester. So you have an even kind of workload throughout the time. Okay. So that's what that is there. You can click on any of these, any of your subjects, and it will take you, excuse me, to your student app, your main page here. So you see this up here tells you there's some announcements. This here tells you there's announcements. Make sure you look at those. You'll see that those are announcements from me about a class or something that I want everyone to know. You will also see this activity stream right here. That's important to click on because it tells you that I've updated a score. I have, graded something and there's feedback. I'll show you another spot to see that here in a minute, but this lets you know, this little arrow lets you know that a retry has been allowed. This little message icon tells you that I've left some kind of feedback. So you can click on that. You can click on the feedback and it tells you just the feedback that I've given you, which usually it's either something typed or maybe a picture or a video or an audio message or a combination of those. So you can view that there. You can also just click on the assignment. It will take you to your submission. You can hit view grade details, and this tells you can go to submission history and see how many times you've submitted it or scored each time, what my feedback and comments are. So that's going to let you know all of those details there. So that's also really important to make sure that you're checking to see how you did on things. It will also tell you if there's an email or something that you need to view. Okay, so that's that activity stream. Now, we've talked about the to-do list in some other videos, but a parent brought something to my attention, thank you, Mrs. Crawford, that is much more user-friendly and easier for you than this to-do list. I was not aware of it because I don't have it on my teacher end. So that's why I have logged in as a student here to show you this. If you go over here, I'm going to go just right now to my main screen. Okay, here's where you come when you click on one of those subjects. If you click these three little lines here, we sometimes call that a hamburger menu. If you click on that, at the bottom here, you see calendar. Okay, if you click on that calendar, you get something that is, I think, going to be very helpful for everyone if you kind of work out of this calendar here. You can go to any day, any month. It will automatically take you to today. So here we are today at Thursday, September 10th. And then you'll see over here, you have a few things. Down here, all of the classes are checked. You can see what is due today. The check mark means you've completed that. So she's completed everything that's due today, which means she can go and start working on things that are due tomorrow. You'll see she has a couple of those already done. Here's other things. What I like about this is because in the to-do list, you would only see that you have the impact of setting quiz, you have the multiplying with powers of 10 quiz. It's going to take you just straight to the quiz and not the lesson. So if you work out of here, you'll see that before the quiz, it tells you you have the lesson to do. Before the multiplying with powers of 10 quiz, you have the lesson to do. So if you click on the lesson, if you kind of just go in order here, it's going to take you to that lesson that then you can go through. You need to watch all of the videos. You need to do these practice questions. Remember here, if you want it to read it to you, you've got those tools right here. Or if you need a dictionary or translation, I've showed you those tools there before. Now you need to go through all this. I'm just going to kind of skip to the end just to show you. Do all of these practices though, because then it's going to help you with those skills that you're going to need to do on the assignment or the quiz or the test. Okay, so once you've worked through that lesson, you'll see you can't click anymore. But if you go down to the bottom, it's going to tell you next activity is the impact of setting quiz. You can also do that here, next activity or previous activity. But if you've done that lesson and you feel good about it, then I would encourage you to go to the next activity. Also, I wanted to show you, on these, it tells you the target due date. Okay, so you'll see the target due for this is tomorrow. When you get to the quiz, the target due is tomorrow. You can work ahead up into those stopping points that are in the system. So you could, even though it's not due today, it's due tomorrow, you can still take it today. So it will remind you that not to click start until you're ready for it. Remember, once you hit start and it brings up that quiz or test, it expects you to take it at that time. And if you close out, anything that you haven't answered will be scored as 0 or incorrect. So make sure you're ready to take it before you hit that start button. So that's there for you. And then, when you finish that, you can go to your next thing and it'll tell you again, that target due date. Now, back at the main menu. So again, I would really encourage you, use this calendar. That is an excellent tool. I'm so glad I found out about that for you guys and that works well, because I think that is a much better place to look than your to-do list. Just to show you what I was talking about, if you go to your to-do list, it just has the assignments, the quizzes, the exams. It's not going to have that lesson in there. Now you can still use that and then just go back and find the lesson, but it's a lot easier just to work out of that calendar right there. Now, when you go into a course, I'll just go into math here. You will see, again, you can see your progress and your score. There's lots of different places to find that information. You'll see Module 1 is checked off. She has done all of Module 1. Module 2 is not. So you can look in this, okay? She's done all of these. Here's the next one. And I can go then into that and work from there as well. So target due date tomorrow, going through that lesson. So make sure you're going to this menu so you can see the lessons. Remember that in especially science and social studies, you need to click on the folder, and it might have some specific directions up here about what activities within that module are required. You can, this one doesn't have any announcements up there, so you can still get to just what you need next there. Now I want to point out something too. If you're looking at this menu, you will see over here, You see this little symbol right there? The little retry. So this assignment is complete, but there's this retry here. If I click that, you're going to get again to that feedback. It's going to tell you a retry has been allowed. And if you want to know, well, why do I have to do a retry? You can hit those details. So for her, it was just a problem with uploading one of the pages and a little thing to correct. So read that, go through that, then you can correct that and resubmit. Okay, so that is there. The last thing I want to show you is, you can also check your grades from here. Again, like I said, there are many places you can see how you're doing, but here it just has your score for all of those classes with the work that you have completed and kind of your progress. So you can see how far along you are in those courses as well. So that's another good thing to check there, okay? Communication takes you just right to those announcements. But remember, if you need to send me a message, you do that back here at this screen in messages. Okay? So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. And hopefully you, if you weren't aware of this calendar, that will help you navigate this a little bit easier.